There we go. Yahoo taking its sweet time as to whether or not it wants to show me this information. Infinity Pharmaceuticals. So they actually have revenue. So not clinical stage. Biopharmaceutical company focuses on developing novel medicines for people with cancer. It offers that thing an orally administered clinical stage. Clinical stage. Immuno-oncology product candidate that selectively inhibits the enzyme phosphobalabulu. Its product candidates is orally administered clinical stage, inhibits blah blah blah. So a lot of inhibitors to do cancer things. It also has a lot of partnerships. It looks like that might be where its revenue is coming from. If it doesn't actually have a product. I want to... Let's see, what do I want to look at first for these guys? Oh, you know what? Sorry, it took me a minute to decipher this because yeah, this looks like a huge drop, but it's actually in reality only 16 cents, or not even 16, 6, 19 compared to 13. So, and then 16 compared to 19, and then they hit 16, and everyone and looks like they're expected to meet 16 again, or negative 16 rather, in losses. So, let's see. Let's start with the chart. Had a rough month, rough February. What's this spike here for? February 11th spike? That was about a month ago? I want to know what that was about. That might be this. Presents data about its trials. But apparently people were not enthused enough to actually stick with it. Spiked and then began continuing to sell off. Apparently people were not impressed by its stuff. Well, they were for like 5 minutes. And then no. Interesting. Tell me why momentum investors will love Infinity Pharmaceuticals, because the only momentum that I see is downward momentum. Well, that article was also published a month ago. Wait, when was this published? This was published on January 20th. I want to take a look at the big chart here and kind of show you these dates because this is kind of part of a bigger picture that I can't show you with just the month chart. So we're gonna go to today, then we're gonna go back to January 1st. So year to date, which actually come to think of it, I could have done in the small chart, but you know, oh well, I'm already here. So January 20th, right here. That's the peak, or at least it's the first peak. And at that point, Zacks says that shares are up 29.8% over the past week, while the drug index is up 99%. Shares are looking quite well from a longer time frame too, as the monthly price change of 62.62 compares favorably with the industry's 7%. While any stock can see its price increase, it takes a real winner to consistently beat the market. Really? Oh, does it now? Shares of Infinity Pharmaceuticals have increased 210%. Yeah, they did, but you're counting from the peak, or at least that little first peak. But then it started to fall, and all it does for the past month is it seems to fall. So your assessment of it being a momentum stock, or rather a momentum stock to the upside, because all I see right now is it being a momentum stock to the downside. Of it being a momentum stock to the upside was wrong. At least so far. A month and some change later, and it's wrong. It's a wrong call. However, despite that downward trend over the past month, it is still somewhat near the highs. Do I think it can get back to those highs? No, I don't. Because that spike on that news tells me that this is all hype, no substance to an extreme degree. Because people bought into it probably not even knowing what it was. And then nobody wanted to buy from them, and thus the price starts to go down. Now again, going over what these mean. Why is this not a hold? It's not a hold because for a hold call to affect somebody, they would have to already own the shares. And most likely, if you already own the shares, you bought at a lower price, hopefully before that run-up. Before that Zacks article was published. Kind of maybe toward the start of the year. So if you were to sell now, you may still make a profit. You may have a loss too if you had bought in the last month, but I would rather see you take a small loss than take a much larger loss, which I think is very possible because I don't see that downward momentum. So here's my twist on the Zacks article. Yes, these guys do have momentum, but it is to the downside. It is heavily to the downside, and I can see it going further. And because of that, you should sell.